Well, it's time to go in here and make a lid. I'm gonna make a lid out of a little piece of burl from the, I believe to be pecan. And I have a special treat. If my wife can go out there and find something for me to go on the top of this as the finish. You'll have to stick around and check it out. So we're going to take this off the lid and start working on that lid. Then I will shape the bottom accordingly to finish this off. Anytime that I'm putting something up, I'm not relying on faceplates or anything like that. I am relying on a spur drive 99% of the time. Once in a while I'll do a worm screw. Actually on this one I could do a worm screw because that would be the end for the finial, but I can always create that. So not to change things and invent the wheel all of a sudden. We'll keep it the same method that I always do. And you don't have to follow this method, but it's a method that works for me. So you know what I say, if it works for me, then that's all I need to do. I don't need to explore areas that I don't need to. You do it the way you feel comfortable with, and if you happen to try this method and you think that it works for you, then by all means. So I'm going to go in here really quickly, screw this up, make it round to the size of that, create a tendon here, flip it over, and finish up the underside. This will most likely be the top, and I will chew that up. I'll create something on the bottom. I have to go a little bit deeper though to get rid of this spot. Didn't realize it was that high up. Speed is going pretty fast, 2,000 RPMs. I hope that's still big enough. Okay, it's still big enough. Now, Well, here's what I got going on. For the finial, what I want to do is I drilled a hole on the bottom of this Dixie cup, plastic Dixie cup, and I'm going to mix some resin in there, 5-minute epoxy, and embed a winged termite inside and then turn. Let's see how that pans out. And that's the Jurassic part to this turn. So let's see how it goes. I got my 2-part 5-minute epoxy, and I know that this heats up, and I know this could possibly pose me a little bit of a problem. At the end, the termite might swell up and it might not be visible at all. So I will see. I will apply some heat to this to let the air out. I'll mix it up first and then try to get the termite in there and see how that works. And I'm mixing enough because I can always turn it, but it would be very hard to add to it. But from what I see there, I think that's enough. A little mixing stick and stir this up thoroughly. I know this will not be as clear as the resin. It's the nature of working with a 5-minute epoxy, is that it's harder to get the air bubbles out of it, so it doesn't become completely translucent. But we'll see what it creates. After all, that's what it's all about, is really experimenting, isn't it? Well, on this case, that's what it is. It's definitely an experiment. I am as curious as you are on the results on this. Now I got a lot of air on this. Lots of air. And I know that heat will dissipate some of it. So let's see if I can get some heat on there without melting the Dixie cup. It will melt the damn Dixie cup. I know I've lost the shape, but the shape is not crucial because either way I'm going to turn it all down. Now, here's the grand finale going in there. And I want them centered, and I also want them to be with the wings upright, hopefully. I might not be able to do this, at least not in the way that I'm thinking. I'm throwing some epoxy, which is already curing up over the top of them. If this doesn't work, I will do the slow drying resin and try that over again in a different cup. Do it in the cup still, but just do it slightly different. And my feeling is this is not a workable experiment. I'm going to discard this one. So I got the cup in there again. I think I need to go find a specimen. So he's pretty much center. Oops, I don't want no shavings to fall in here. It's pretty much center with the block of wood. But he does want to float up. But it's tomorrow. Oh well. I was recording, but I lost another memory card. Keeps telling me to reinsert the card, can't read, can't format it. Tried it on the computer, same thing, it doesn't format. So I think I lost the footage. But anyway, this is the continuance of the Jurassic lid for this piece. I've had 3 tries. 3 of them. First one with the 2-part epoxy that takes forever to dry up. The next day, well, it didn't get mixed well enough, so it never really cured the outside. The middle was hard to some extent, but it had a film on the outside, I guess, when I had it in a mixing container that never really mixed. So discarded that one. Tried a 5-minute epoxy. It was way too many air bubbles. So that was 5 minutes, so I realized, okay, no big deal. I made another mix and tried the heat gun. Well, that did not work. It became yellow and it just did not give me a good looking piece. So discarded that. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I was out here, did another slow process, well mixed, went a little bit heavier on the B part, which is the hardening agent, to see if it would cure a little bit quicker. Well, today I had it on the video. I tossed it away, but I could still squeeze the cup. It never hardened up. It was crystal clear. So poured the last piece, which I probably did not record, of the quick 5-minute epoxy again, and I just poured it in a small cup, actually from the lid of the canisters for this, and hopefully this will do it. I don't like giving up, and I don't think of myself as a quitter. As a matter of fact, if anything, when things don't go right, it just puts more pressure on me that I need to succeed. Whether if it's something to show on YouTube, or whether if it's something on my own, just for my own benefit. I don't take defeat very well. And this one is going to call me a liar, because I already know that it's not exactly what I was looking for. But I want to complete this, and at least to show you the idea of what I was thinking of when I said this was a Jurassic turning. So I'm gonna go in here and start very slowly, very small bites on this and try shaping this and see where it comes up to. When I say very slowly, I don't mean in speed of the lathe. Actually, the speed is fairly quick. It's going 1200 RPM. I have to go in there and really get inside to get rid of this plastic piece because it was like a cup. So hopefully I can undermine it. Even if I keep a little bit of the red, that won't bother me, but I can't have it showing up like that. Try the microfine Yorkshire grit as well. I have a plastic that I might try on this as my finish, which is really a paste for plastics. I did not want the yellow color, number one. The yellowish from this 5-minute epoxy. I wanted it to be fairly clear. But this one has beaten me on achieving what I wanted to. I've met my match with this one. Perhaps a little bit more practice and I might be able to get it someday. But for now, this is it. I gotta clean the little white residue that's the transition between the that ball and the wood. So I'm gonna go in there with a skewer for the sharp points that it gives me and just get that clean. There we go. Alright, that plastic is on the opposite side, so I'm going to leave this the way it is right now. All of this, all the anticipation of getting something in here that I thought would be special. I have a little bug in there that was the culprit to the destruction of this wood. But he might as well not have been there at all, because I can barely see, other than the fact that I know that it's not clear. The resin has been a learning experience with this. I ended up with a 2-part 5-minute epoxy to see if I could finally make it. It did make it, but as you can see, far from being really translucent. I mean, you know, there's a little translucency, but it's bubbly. I could not heat it up to get the air to all come up towards the top to make it crystal clear. So there wasn't much really that I could do with the piece other than see where it developed. And this is where it developed. At this point, heating it would not do anything either. So, well, here it is. I still think it's an interesting piece. The lid has a perfect fit. Oops, I thought I could probably hold the weight of the piece with it, but no, it's got a good fit, but not enough to pick up the piece. Well, actually, it does pick it up. So you can see that it's a good fit. The overall piece, it's not something that I'm super proud of. But it was something different for me. I have not worked much with the resin epoxy setups on my woods. I know that there's been a few pieces that I wish I had, but I never had it in my possession. So I'm not totally discarding this from future usage, but it will be very limited. It will be only that occasional piece that I know what's in it. And not necessarily this type. I know what's in it, and I just want to protect it, and then have the wood itself be the beauty part of it, and not necessarily the resin as being the beauty. I would much rather see all wood than this going through it. But for a first time, for being the first time with this type of a turning, I think it overall came out pretty good. Other than this, even blue would have looked better than the yellow. The yellow really doesn't go with this piece. But like I said, I put it up to have a part 2, and this was 4 tries. No, this is not for me. I know so many of you are going to tell me everything that I did wrong, or I could have done different. But it's too late. I've already done it. Regardless, I beat myself up with a hammer if I have to get it to work. Now, I will still very much appreciate some suggestions, but please, please, don't tell me what I should have done. Just say, hey, this works for you. As a matter of fact, I've already got some great remarks on filling stuff with this from people that are more knowledgeable than me, which I would have loved that information prior to doing this one, because I would have applied it. And if I come across and doing something again, I will apply it. But for now, this is what this one is. Next one will be incorporating some of your suggestions as well. Take care. We'll see you again on the next turn.